Hey warrior, how are you? Let's talk about fiber today. Why is fiber so important? This is number 4 on our list, right? Number 4 is increasing your fiber intake. So here in North America, the average American woman is only getting between 12 and 15 grams of fiber per day. We should be closer to 20 to 30, closer to that 30, 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day. And a lot of people are getting half, even less than half, the amount of fiber that they require. So look at where you're at. What are you eating? Are you making sure that you are combining fiber with protein at every meals? Because the combo is what's going to help you reduce that cravings. It actually increases the production of your GLP-1 hormone, which is the hormone that signifies your brain that, hey, I'm full, I don't need any more. So combining the fiber and the protein is such a key thing. But let's talk about fiber for a few minutes. Where do we get fiber from and why is it so important? First of all, we get it from plants. There is no fiber in any animal products. So that includes meat, fish, chicken, beef, pork. There's no fiber in that. It also includes dairy products, cheeses, no fiber in those. All right. So when you consume those are great for your protein. Those are your protein sources. Fiber comes from all of your plant foods, fruits, especially when you leave the skin on them. You can get a little more fiber if you're eating your apples and your pears with the skin on it. I recommend washing the skin because unless you're eating organic, even then I would still wash it before eating it, only because many times here, especially in the US, they're covered with a very light film of wax to protect it. All right. So, fruits, vegetables, berries, raspberries have one of the highest rates of fiber. I mean, very high rate of fiber in raspberries. Again, I've said this before. I will say this again because it's so important. Frozen berries are just as nutritious, have just as much fiber, just as many nutrients as fresh. And they're often much cheaper and they don't go bad. Did you ever? I get so upset when I buy fresh berries and then I have them in the refrigerator for a few days and then I look and they're growing mold already, right? I didn't get to eat them. So that doesn't happen when you buy the frozen. They're in there. You can just defrost them, throw them in your cereal, throw them in your oatmeal, throw them in a smoothie, throw them on your salads. Let them defrost, throw them on your salads. Fresh fruit in a salad is delicious. So we get it from our fruits, our vegetables. All vegetables have a ton of fiber. Even something that you wouldn't think, well, actually, avocado is technically a fruit, but you think of it as a veggie. Bananas have fiber. Also, the grains, your brown rice, your quinoa, your farro, all of those have beautiful fiber that your body needs. Your gut thrives on fiber. And make sure I did. Oh, nuts, seeds, they all have fiber as well. So your gut thrives on fiber. And in order to keep our gut bacteria happy and thriving and doing its job as efficiently and as effectively as it can, we need to provide a variety of fiber. That is what keeps our gut happiest. So that means like try different things. Work on getting 30 different plants into your mouth over the course of a week. And that may seem like a lot, but when you make a conscious effort to do it, it really is not that hard. I've run this challenge many times with my groups, and people are amazed at how easy it really is to get 30 different plant foods over the course of a week. So, how do you do that? All right, a couple of ways. So, to add some more fiber, if you like yogurt in the morning, or cottage cheese, add some fruit, add some berries. Also add a tablespoon of ground flaxseed or chia seeds. Now, they really don't add any flavor to your dish. The chia seeds will gel. So you can make like a chia pudding, which I had to get used to. I didn't like it at first, but I do. It's kind of like, they end up kind of like a tapioca. Flaxseed, honestly, you put that inside of a smoothie or in your oatmeal, sprinkle it on the yogurt, you really don't even taste it. It doesn't really change the texture. And there's about 5 or 6 grams of fiber in a tablespoon. So that's an easy boost right there, along with some berries, and you've got a nice probably 8, 9, 10 grams of fiber in your yogurt if you add it there. All right, that's one easy way. When you're eating salads, again, you could sprinkle the hemp seeds or the ground flax on top of the salad and change it up. If you don't have my 101 salad toppers, I'm going to drop that in here today because it's been a minute since we've talked about that one. I'm going to drop that 101 salad toppers in here. So grab that and you'll see all the different additions you can add to your salad so that you can spice it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be just lettuce and tomato and cucumber, right? There's so many things that you can add, and all of them have fiber in them. The gut bacteria are happy with that. Is there's different gut bacteria, and each one of them enjoys and thrives on different fiber enzymes. The bigger the variety of foods, fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes that you put in your gut, the happier your gut will be. If you are not accustomed to eating a lot of fiber and say you're in that lower portion where you're only getting maybe 10 or 12 grams of fiber per day, meaning you're not eating many vegetables, you're not eating much fruit, you're not eating many whole grains, I would highly recommend you increase this slowly, because if you all of a sudden start eating a ton of fiber, it's going to take your body a minute to get accustomed to it, and a couple of things are going to happen. It can actually have the opposite effect. You can actually get backed up and get constipated if you're eating too much fiber when your body's not used to it. Also, you need to drink plenty of water when you're increasing your fiber. The fiber needs the water to help it do its job. As you're increasing, increase it slowly. Don't all of a sudden go from eating 1 serving of vegetables a day to now eating 6. Like, that's not what you want to do. You want to slowly begin to increase. So add a piece of fruit to your lunch each day. That's a great way to do it. Like I said, add a tablespoon of flaxseed, not plain flaxseed because that doesn't really digest, but ground flaxseed is so much better to add, and go from there. For a snack, have hummus with veggies, right? That's a really good thing with carrots or cauliflower or peppers, whatever you like, and the hummus, double fiber there. All right, if you have any questions on this, let me know. That was what I wanted to cover. So I thank you very much for being here. And tomorrow is the 5th way to lose 5 pounds in a hurry, right? Let me know. Drop me some feedback. Let me know if you have questions, and I would love to answer. Bye-bye now.